East Coast, so is they all with it? Tell me now, whisper in my ear. Matter of fact, gonna lay up in the bed, roast petals on the floor, hot tub flowing. Wearing my robe, she look good in Ralph Lauren. Using the glass, we popping these bottles. Shake the H of space.
What's going on? It's Urban Minds. I'm Patrick Evbuomwan, and may we please welcome a special guest, Fitz Taylor.
Hey, what's good? What's good? Yo, what's happening with y'all? It's your boy Fitz Taylor, aka the Puerto Rican Poppy.
Hey, the Puerto Rican Poppy, though.
Okay.
As far as his music, I mean, in San Bernardino, I feel like he's about to be that up and coming, I wouldn't say messiah, but just that person who's really putting on for him. Because I mean, Drake has Toronto, Kendrick Lamar has Compton, Jay-Z had Brooklyn, pretty much all in New York.
Right.
So I feel like San Bernardino really didn't have anything like that so far.
Word, I appreciate that. That's big. Word.
But you know, in the hip hop game, you know, right now they leaning in double cups, so we about to have a double cup of orange juice.
Stay double cupping. You got a double cup. Don't forget, if you only got one cup, then something's wrong with you.
What's cup? You know what that represents? As
Honestly,
far
I
as
have no idea. I have no idea. I just seen it was a trend.
For real. Jolly Ranchers is on.
Yeah, like it makes you like it makes your juice drink, whatever it is, taste better. And you have to pour right here. It has to be this tall, and you have to pour right here. If you don't, it just don't feel like you're cool. You know what I mean? You can't get your swirl on.
A bug on the camera, so we gotta show him some support. When it comes to the location, we're in San Bernardino. Were you born there too? Yeah,
born and raised. Born on the west side and raised pretty much the entire rest of the town. Like more so on the east side. Well, it's really technically it's the center of San Bernardino, but anything over the bridge from medical is the east side. So like I was born on the west and pretty much stayed in the east side most of my life.
Okay, and then what about high school life?
I went to the North End. I was Cajon for all 4 years.
Yeah, went to
Cowboy.
Yeah,
Cowboy.
And then, so what class were you?
2010.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So when you came up in rapping, was it something that started in high school or when it launched?
It launched in high school, but like I've been writing since I was like 14, 16 maybe. But like what it was, I got into it because it all started with at home and really didn't have a way to vent. You know what I mean? Like I tried to play football to release a lot of animosity and anger and stuff like that. And sports, I tried to play different sports, or try out at least. I didn't make a lot of teams, but it didn't work. And then I remember I used to tell my mom, I used to be like, Mom, I'm bored. And my mom was always like the type where she's like, you gotta be productive. So if I told her I was bored, she used to be like, well, since your ass is bored, go sit your ass in your room and go write me a story and draw pictures to it. Like just when I was little. So after a while it got annoying. And then I don't know, one day I just happened to go write and there was music on and I was like, I'm about to write to this beat, and I just started writing, and then I felt good after, you know what I mean? And after I felt good, I was like, that was gonna be my way to get out, you know what I'm saying, the energy, you know what I mean, all the extra energy. So it's just been booming ever since.
Are you signed to a label now?
I'm signed to Laylow Entertainment. We kind of established it together, but I officially signed like in 2011. It was already semi-established. They had about, I want to say like 14 artists at the time. So I kind of got signed, but it wasn't really going nowhere with everybody because there were so many people, you know what I mean? Everybody wanted to be the look at me type of dude, you know what I mean? And then moving forward in probably like 2012, there was a big cut, you know, people started moving their own way. And I just, you know, I'm real big on loyalty. So I was like, I'm not going nowhere because this, you know what I'm saying, this label gave me my first place to record officially, booked my first shows, you know, and all that. So I was like, I'm staying. So I stayed, and now it's just me and a few other artists, Hannibal J, Marley Bugatti, and people like that. There's only a few artists.
Okay, and then Marley Bugatti, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, because I see that you work with them.
Yeah, he's my producer. He raps too, but he produced like the whole album. He produced every record. He engineered every record. So yeah, that's pretty much like my.
You think you're getting into producing?
No.
I know people like to do it kind of hand in hand.
No, I don't. Like I'd rather coach the kind of beat I like. Like if he'll start something already and the beat dope, and I'll like sometimes have an input like, yo, can you put this in there? Can you drop a drum right here? And that'll be it. But as far as trying it, no, because I tried one time and I couldn't even get a basic little boom, boom, boom.
It's another host, a part of the show, and he's in the music too. Okay. And one thing we were discussing as far as like the producer and then the artist, because they say the producer gets paid more, right? Than the artist?
Yeah.
Okay, and then like they make the beats, obviously. So what comes first, the song with the lyrics or the beat?
You know what? It could be. It depends on the artist, honestly. Because I could honestly say when I started, when I like was really starting to be like I'm a rapper and I started writing, I could not write to a beat. I could only write a cappella. Like I'll write a whole song, 2-verse, hook, have no beat, and then I'll just try to find a beat. Now it's like I'll go and I'll try to write a cappella. I can still do it, but I have to put more. It's like emotionless, you know what I mean? Because that beat kind of gives you the move. The beat to me, what it does for me, it tells me, it gives me my topic. It tells me what I'm going to talk about, you know what I mean? Like what I feel like covering in my life, you know what I mean? So I pretty much gotta have that beat because the beat speaks for me. It tells me what I'm gonna talk about today, you know what I mean? If I feel like talking about having rough times in life, I'm gonna do that. If I feel like talking about how I turned up, I'm gonna talk about how I turned up, you know what I mean? So personally I like the beat and then the lyrics. Yeah. Or it could be vice versa. Sometimes I'll be in a certain type of feel and then I'll go to Marley like, yo bro, this is how I'm feeling, you know what I mean? Like I need to vent, I need to do this. And he'll be like, well, shit, I got you. And then we'll go through beats. If I don't have, all his beats are dope, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I'll just be like, you hear a certain sound you want, I'll be like, bro, can you take that type of beat and then the one that you just showed me and then add this? And he'll be like, all right. And then by the time he does that, he's like, man, I'm about to just make you a whole new beat. So, and then it, evolutionizes like that. With
that being said, would you consider yourself a rapper, musician? I know what I like to say, artist.
Yeah, I'm an artist.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I tell people I'm not just a rapper, I'm an artist because there's a lot behind being an artist.
Exactly.
You can just be a rapper, you know what I mean? Rappers just rap, but I feel like I'm an artist because we sit there and we create a song, whether the audience feels like, oh, this song sounds like this or whatever, and they don't see the creativity in it, that's because they're judging it from a one-point standpoint, you know what I mean? But we sit there constantly like adding stuff on, like we'll take one song, merge it with another one, and then we'll sit there, like on my album, we'll sit there and be like, how can we make this song different? You know what I mean? Oh, let's add this, do that, let's try this, let's drop this right here, let's warp the beat right here, let's add this, you know what I mean? It'd be little stuff, so it's a creative process, so I feel like I'm an artist, you know what I mean, / businessman, because then rappers don't conduct business, to me. Okay. Rappers just want to rap, be cool, be on whatever, but there's so much behind the business, you know what I mean? And that makes you the artist.
That's very true.
You know what I mean?
Okay, I remember you said, judging, you said this, when it comes to artistry, that there's a lot of people judging it, and then I would say criticism too.
Oh yeah.
So how'd that happen? Because I know up and coming, you probably faced a lot, and it's going to continue to come.
It's going to continue to come. And actually, the bigger I get, the bigger we get, the more we're going to get. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's like this. We still have not reached the entire world. So there's still an entire world left that's going to have to criticize us, you know what I mean? So if you're in a small town, you're going to get, you know what I'm saying, you're going to focus on it more because those are the only people you're attracting right now. But it gets bigger as you get bigger.
Right.
You know what I mean? I deal with it all day.
What's your, your shell, your armor? What is it? What would you say to people hating or throwing shade?
Honestly, it's growing up just being from San Bernardino. San Bernardino is a tough town to where you actually naturally grow the, can I curse?
Yeah.
You grow the I don't give a f attitude, you know what I mean? So it's just like, okay, so you just got to kind of control it, like have the I don't give a f attitude, but at the same time keep it real professional, you know what I mean? So people come at me all the time, oh, you weak, or that shit garbage, thumb down the video, you know what I mean? And I'll sit there and reply and be like, I appreciate, taking the time to judge my video straight up. Because at the end of the day, you still just gave me a view. You're making my numbers grow. You know what I mean? You're still paying attention. You probably subscribe to my page. So by the time, it's crazy. I'll drop a video and I'll get like 5 thumbs down before I even promote the video. Because as soon as it uploads. So that means there's people that subscribe to my page that get notified when I upload a video. You know what I mean? So it's like, thank you. Because at the end of the day, I already know my statistics. I study my, my demographics and the algorithm. So I already know by the end of the day, your little 5 thumbs down, I'm gonna probably have like 100 more.
It's that ratio.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
That's fine.
I don't trip off of that.
That's attention.
You know what I mean? I believe in God. People hate God. You know what I mean? So
amen.
It is what it is. God had haters. I can have haters too. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So I just deal with it like that. I don't give a f attitude. Okay. You know what I mean? But it's the I don't give a f, but I appreciate those who mess with me. You know what I mean?
Because a thing I noticed about you as far as getting in contact, you reply. It's not like, oh, go through my manager, go through this.
Yeah, so only on certain occasions I do, but like for the most part, it's like, no, you don't gotta do all of that. You know what I mean? I try to make sure because I try to build relationships too, you know what I mean? I like to build relationships with people because at the end of the day, you never know who's gonna be the next what. You don't know, you know what I'm saying, who has that right energy that you could utilize, you know what I'm saying, that you need. We all need good energy, you know what I mean? So if I turn down somebody who has great energy, then it's only gonna reflect on me like, damn, you're really the rotten apple in the bunch, you know what I mean? So, and I've been turned down by a lot of people, you know what I mean? So I just be like, I'm not gonna do what was done to me, you know what I mean? So, but certain situations, like my manager, like when artists want to link up, they do have to go through my management, only because it's like part of my contract. I signed a contract. That's only about the only time in bookings and stuff like that. But for the most part, you can get in contact with me.
Okay, that's cool. Well, thank you. That's how we set this up.
Man, it's dope. Yeah. I appreciate it. Shout out to you.
Like, so who would you credit some of your, success to, and how you came up, and as far as how professional you are, and just all your qualities? Man,
my manager. Shout out to Laylow, boss man. He definitely taught me the ropes of the game. You know what I mean, as far as building the relationships. Having just, being kind-hearted but aware. You know what I mean, helping people. Being an egoless artist. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. He definitely showed me the business, how to avoid situations or situations to agree to, what to look for, stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Okay. Did you find anybody like a younger rapper or something that you can coach up or mentor yet?
Yeah, I got a few artists right now that we're trying to I'm trying to help, you know what I mean, and or not even help, just, you know what I mean, just bring them along the ride just because they got it, you know what I mean, and I mingle with other artists. There's artists that I really don't have under me that are just their own artists that are young that I kind of like to work with.
You can still network with them.
Yeah.
That should be good. And then, so what's some things that you would tell them?
Man.
Some things, obstacles you passed that they might be facing pretty soon.
Man, just make sure you conduct your business right. Make sure, you know what I'm saying, you have a strong mentality, because if you got a weak mind in this game, you'll get ate. Go forward. Somebody tells you you're whack, there's 2 more people that are gonna tell you you're dope, you know what I mean? So it's like the good outweighs the bad regardless. Pretty much just go for it. Don't stop. Don't let nobody tell you can't do it, because every successful person has been told they couldn't do it, you know what I mean? So keep going.
What I liked about ISIS was the videography of it.
Dope.
Explain that.
Man, shout out to director Cass. He definitely did that. He does all my videos, from Diamonds for Her to King Taylor. He's done all of them. This year we put out last year we put out, I want to say 6 videos, and then this year we already put out 3. For ISIS Flow, I got booked in New York, in Manhattan, to do a show, the headline and whatnot. So we fly out there. They flew us out there, and then Kaz was like, "Yo, let's shoot a video." And so I was like,
"Was it last minute, or was it pre-planned?"
It was planned. It was planned. It was like a good 3 weeks ahead of time, but it started to get like, oh damn, we're really about to shoot a video out here when the closer we got, you know what I mean? So when we get out there, first we didn't know what we were gonna shoot. We were just like, we need to shoot in New York. New York could be dope. So I'm like, all right. And I was like, ISIS Flow. And then he was like, no, actually I think he said it. And then it was a mutual thing. And then we were like, let's get it. We went to the Brooklyn Bridge. And then we just shot on the Brooklyn Bridge. We caught the ferry to Staten Island. And we started shooting in the middle of the street in Staten Island. And then it just came out the way it did. Shot parts in our hotel in Manhattan. Yeah.
Was anybody just like, I don't know, because people were looking.
Oh man, there was people people were stopping, taking pictures of us. They didn't know who we were, nothing like that. You know what I mean? But they was taking pictures, recording us. It was love. If you want bigger, you want bigger videos, go work for them. Don't be scared of the money, because if you're scared of the money, you're scared of your passion. If this is what you want to do, because this music takes money. You're gonna take so many L's before you get that one W. You know what I mean? So.
That's true.
And if you look at it as an L, you're gonna quit. I don't look at them as L's. I look at them as I look at stuff like, I don't take them as losses. I take them as investments. You know what I mean? Like, if I spend X amount of dollars on this video or getting my albums pressed up, I don't be like, and let's say I didn't make my money back, I don't look at it like I lost money. I look at it as an investment. You know what I mean? So if I still got a shitload of albums, I'm like, that's not a loss. That's inventory. You know what I mean? So.
And then, I mean, you sound motivated. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah,
so,
got to.
Because what is it? You get that from some type of, you got a source? Where you getting your motivation from?
Dude, just a struggle, man. Okay. It's been a struggle. You know what I mean? It's growing up in San Bernardino is not easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Being poor is my friend. You know what I mean? So it's like, just nothing can bring me down. You know what I mean? I've been down my entire life, and I got to an age where when my mind finally expanded, it's like, that stuff is all just a mentality. I think poverty is a mentality, you know what I'm saying? Like my mom, I grew up homeless, you know what I mean? I grew up in taking bathroom showers and shit. Like we would go to Baker's restaurant and take sink showers and shit, you know what I mean? I lived in garages and shit. So it's like, when you got that mentality, when you get a little bit of something, you value it, you try to preserve it, and you try to get more, you know what I mean? So it's like, my motivation comes from the struggle. It's like, I had nothing, so when I started making a little noise, that little noise meant everything to me. So it's like, to know that there's still bigger stuff I can do, I hold on to the little noise that I made, and it fuels my fire, you know what I mean? So I just keep going, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much where it comes, and just trying to make my mom happy, and my family, and really my fans, to keep it real. Like, you know, I went from, oh, you whack by 10 people to now thousands of people that I've met, thousands of people I don't know that are like, yo, Fitz, like, man, you are dope. You're the God MC. You're this, you're that. Like, that's like dope. You know, they tell me I'm dope, and I'd be like, damn, really? I'm just me. You know what I mean? But they're like, you're dope. So,
can you think a rapper could be humble?
Yeah, they all are humble. I think honestly, that arrogant shit is an act. To me, there's some cats that have probably just grew up in the burbs and don't really understand what it's like to have to go sleep from garage to garage and take showers in McDonald's bathrooms and shit, you know what I mean? So they don't really understand too much, and it's not their fault. But yeah, I know a lot of people that are humble. There's more people, a lot of people that people think that are in the eye of the public, that they be like, you're an asshole. They're really not. You meet them in person, they're really humble. People are only assholes because they've reached this level of success, and you gotta understand that when you run into them at a shopping mall and they're with their family or something like that, and you bombard them, of course you'll get aggravated. You know what I mean? So,
I mean, being humble 24/7, I'm not sure if that's possible.
It's not. I mean, I have my moments. It's in my music. I spaz. I talk my music. That whole album, I'm talking shit. You know what I mean? But that's because that's my source. Like, you know what I mean? That's my way to get it off. You know what I mean? So. My music might be arrogant, but I mean, shit, you talk to me, I mean, I'm hella cool. I'm actually real to myself, you know what I mean? So, hell yeah, it's easy for an artist to be humble. A lot of upcoming artists, they think that being arrogant is the cool thing.
Yeah, to get them up.
Yeah, and that's exactly why they look and sound just like everybody else.
What's your work ethic like? As far as, is it literally no days off?
Literally, like
7 days?
It only seems like it's 10 records, because at the end of the day, me and Marley were like, damn, we only did 10 records. But if you were in the studio with us, we were in the studio for like a whole year. I had about, actually more, I probably got about 80 records that we did in like a year for this project, and then we sat down, broke it apart. I wrote to them, recorded them, got a mix and master by Mar, you know what I'm saying? Everything was finalized, and then it was like so many cuts, like I don't want this, I don't want that, I don't want this, I don't want that. And then by the time we kind of got a structure of what we wanted, I didn't even have a title. And then it was just like, damn, by the time I found my order, I'm like, what are we gonna name this? And he was like, No Days Off. So it was just, you know, me and him type of, there was really no days off. It was in the studio, a lot of liquor, don't drink a lot, but it's just because we were up from like 4 to 4, you know what I mean? Wow. 6 to 6, 7 to 7, 24 hours, 14 hours, you know what I mean? So that's where it came. It's really no days off. There's never a day that I have that I don't do nothing. Even when I'm at home, and you might see me on Snapchat and I'm laying down, my computer's right next to me and I'm networking 24/7. My phone, I got 2 lines, they're steadily booming, you know what I mean? So it's no days off at all, at all.
This is a great day today. I'm doing a video shoot with my son. I don't know how many daddies can say that.
You feel me?
Right. And it's still hip hop enough to get down with his son.
Right. Then I see one of your music videos in front of loved ones with your father.
Yeah, shout out to my pops, Q, owner of Loved Ones Barbershop, Highland and Lugo. It's pretty iconic out there.
How was that growing up? Because I'm pretty sure if your dad works and then it's like you're around there most of the time.
Yeah, I grew up sweeping floors and stuff, you know what I mean, and working at the barbershop like that, and over the summer and whatnot. So it's dope, you know what I mean. It kind of helped me have like more of a social type of personality.
Where are some places that you traveled?
Man, I've traveled to New York.
As far as business-wise.
Business, New York, Texas, Vegas, San Francisco, Oakland, all of California pretty much. Mostly all of California. I'm about to fly out to Seattle for the first time in a couple weeks. Man, I think that's it.
We gotta get you popping in Europe soon.
Yeah, you know, and I got a lot of Europe fans.
So
like,
faithful?
Yeah, dude. A lot of my fans, a lot of people on Twitter, a lot of my followers on Twitter are like Europe. Getting this year in January, I got verified on Twitter.
How do you become verified?
Man, work, years of work. Like, you know, it used to be a goal of mine. Like, man, when I first made my Twitter years ago, I was like, I would see all the celebrities had a little blue check. And I'm like, man, like, I want to get a blue check one day. Like, you know what I mean? One follower, you know what I mean? I had no following, nothing. And then, I mean, I just grinded, you know what I'm saying? Invested into my career. I've you know, done a lot of stuff. Got my resume, it got expanded. And then, you know, you just get recognized by some people and then you get there, you know what I mean? So what I'm doing right now is I'm working on a major EP right now with Grammy Award winning producer Ray Real. So while we're in the midst of working on this, I'm kind of like releasing all the records that didn't make it out, you know what I mean? And I'm shooting visuals and stuff like that because I don't want my fans to get tired or be waiting, you know what I'm saying? It's cool to build a hype and, you know, get people to anticipate something, but sometimes it's like, come on, dude, drop something. So, you know, I'm just feeding them what they want, give them, you know, some good music and putting it out, keep them active, you know, and able to keep listening to new stuff, different stuff, because there's only 10 records on it, you know what I mean? So, you know, I'm dropping singles, dude. I'm about to drop one real soon. And then I just dropped King Taylor, and I dropped Forever Committed and stuff like that. So in the midst of working on one, this EP should be here pretty soon, but it's complicated now because it's with somebody with a greater name, you know what I mean?
What would you say to like somebody, an artist right now, an upcoming artist, hip hop artist, rap artist, whichever, that's in school, let's say high school, that's debating on dropping out or not? Because I know a few dropouts made it, but what, like being realistic, what would you advise them to do?
Don't drop out. It's not that serious, and it's that serious at the same time, because you dropping out is not gonna change your situation. You know what I mean? You can go to school. Don't let the people tell you can't go to school, you can't get a job to get where you want. You know what I mean? Especially if you're trying to become the more established. If you're not as established and you're at the point where this is what I want to do, I had to get a job. You know, I was working at Food for Less. Thank God I don't work there no more. But I worked at Food for Less. I had to stack up my money. I went to school for a semester, to college. I tried to do the college thing, but it helps, you know what I mean? If it's not for you, don't drop out of high school. At least get your diploma, you know what I mean? At least get that. But don't drop out of high school. I mean, if school's not your thing, me personally, school was not my thing. But I still didn't let that be like a stumbling block for me, you know what I mean? I didn't let it be like, oh, I don't like school, so I'm not gonna go to school.
Say, you know, it won't happen, but if music went away tonight, how do you think the world would be?
Oh,
and
shit.
what would they gravitate to?
There would I don't think there would not be a world, because music keeps us sane. You know, personally me, there's been multiple times where I'm like pissed off, ready to f it up, and a song will come on, and that's like my counselor. Like I calm down, I'll relax, my mind gets clear, and I could reevaluate the situation. You know what I mean? So it's like shit. Without music, there ain't nothing. And if we still do happen to survive without music, we'd be a lot more turned up than we are. If you think San Bernardino's crazy right now, I'm only speaking on a San Bernardino base. If you think San Bernardino's crazy right now, we had no music, we'd probably kill our damn selves. Yeah. You know what I mean? So music run the world like money do. You know what I mean? So
it is on that level.
Yeah, it's powerful.
Okay. What's going on with shows and what's your calendar looking like? Because we see your calendar right here. So what's the month of June looking like?
The month of June is crucial right now. Like as far as performances, I don't really have too many. I'm hosting a few events like this weekend. Between Saturday and Sunday, I have 5 events to attend to. But like, I have to we're really capitalizing on this EP we're working with Ray Real. So it's like I've been in the studio, you know what I mean, constantly, because we're trying to market this EP to a major label, you know what I mean, and there different labels are looking at it. So I really haven't had no time to even really perform, you know what I mean. So it's really just been studio, and you know, appearance here, you know what I mean. So that's about it. Like I said, I'm just hosting a few events, 5 events this weekend. Magazine event I just got put in Crown Magazine. I got displayed twice in it, showcased twice. They're having a launch party, so I'll be there.
You got to keep on the look.
Yeah.
You doing stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's Urban Minds. Thank you for coming on board.
Thank you, bro.
One of the best interviews going down in history. Urban Minds history.
Do it for the H-O-M-I